Time for my exotic permutations for the race meeting at Hollywood Bets Gravel on the turf track, Sunday the 3rd of January, the first race meeting in KwaZulu-Natal of the new year. We'll kick off with the place accumulator, suggested 144 Rand per. It's an interesting day's racing, a lot of quality around, so good competitive races in the making. First leg, two horses, number 8 Mystic Master and number 14 Mystery Boy. Second leg, I'm including 3 runners, numbers 3 Mama Pajama, 5 In Jest, and 6 Class of 8. Third leg, just numbers 1 Jack's Bird and 9 Fight Song. Fourth leg, I'm happy to bank a number 2 Spider's Corner in a competitive sprint. He's on the up, and I fancy him to continue winning ways. The next leg, numbers 3, 4, and 7, Wildly in Love, Solar Flare, and Deep Thought. Then in the penultimate race, banker number 1, Cold Hard Cash. And the last race, which is a very, very tricky 79 handicap, numbers 3, Just for the Penny, 5, King's Crusade, 10, The Bayou, and 13, Admiral's Guest. Moving on to the pick 6. Well, you've got to take a view, and I'm happy to bank a number 2, Spider's Corner. I'm sure he'll give us a big run for our money. It's a 960 Rand perm, going very wide in the first leg, with numbers 3, 5, 6, 13 and 14. That's Mama Pajama, In Jest, Class of 8, Fire Fairy and Shastina. You might even want to go wider than that and consider the likes of the inconsistent Skyfire and 12 Bell Jar, who's without a victory for nearly 1,000 days. The next leg is a very interesting race. I've gone wide, 1, 4, 8 and 9, Jack's Bird, Shavut, Avenir and Fight Song. But certainly on ratings, you could narrow this down to being a banker for number 1, Jack's Bird. The only concern being is that she's yet to win on the turf track. All her victories have come on the poly track. The next leg, banker number 2, Spider's Corner. Then numbers 3, 4, 7 and 9, Wildly in Love, Solar Flare, Deep Thought and Dietchi. Pretty good chance of getting through, but I've ignored the likes of number 2, Croisette, and number 8, Wiz of Odds, and that could be to my cost. The penultimate leg, numbers 1, 3 and 5, Cold Hard Cash. I've included number 3, Venici, even though I give her very little chance of winning at the weights, but I don't want to be embarrassed by leaving her out, and I've also included number 5, Traces. The last leg of the pick 6, I've included numbers 3, 5, 10 and 13, Just for the Penny, King's Crusade, The Bayou and Admiral's Guest. But if you want to go wider, then certainly include the likes of 11 Vitus Bearing, 12 Lord of the Manor, and perhaps even number 8 Sovereign Soldier. It's a tricky end to the pick 6. I've taken a chance with only 4 runners, trying to keep the cost down. Certainly if you bank a Jack's Bird, you can go a little wider in the more competitive races. Moving on to Jackpot 1. This is a 120 Rand perm. The first leg is race 4. Here I've just added number 7, Tread Swiftly, to my original number, so it's 1, 4, 7, 8 and 9 in the first leg, by banker number 2, Spider's Corner, in the second leg. Then gone pretty wide in the third leg, just to cover off the fact that we excluded Croisette and Wiz of Odds in the pick 6. So we've gone 2, 3, 4, 7, 8 and 9. That's Croisette, Wildly in Love, Solar Flare, Deep Thought, Wiz of Odds and Dietchi. And in the final leg of the first jackpot, I've added the speedy number 8, Great Sharker, to my original pick 6 numbers. I've gone 1 Cold Hard Cash, 3 Venici, 5 Traces, and 8 Great Sharker. Jackpot 2, this is where I'm going to cover Spider's Corner in case he fluffs his line and just to maintain an interest. But I am going to banker the other Duncan Hales runner, number 1 Cold Hard Cash, in the competitive race. So in Jackpot 2, the first leg we go the field, all 10 runners. Second leg, numbers 3, 4, 7 and 9, Wildly in Love, Solar Flare, Deep Thought and Dietchi. Then banker number 1, Cold Hard Cash, finishing off Jackpot 2 with numbers 3, 5, 10 and 13, Just for the Penny, King's Crusade, The Bayou, Admiral's Guest, if you want to add in number 11, Vitus Bearing, if you're happy to spend a little more or take less of a percentage. The BIPOT kicks off in race 1. Here I included 3 runners in the first leg, which is a maiden juvenile plate. Only finalise your BIPOT as late as possible. Watch them go to the start. Watch the latest betting. But 2 Crimson Causeway comes into the race with a bit of a reputation. Number 4 Chief Executive, Mike Miller describes as a nice colt with lots of pace. And of course number 5 Global Glory is the best of the previously raced runners. So that's the first leg of the BIPOT, numbers 2, 4 and 5. Second leg, numbers 5, 8 and 14, Master George, Mystic Master and Mystery Boy. Third leg of the BIPOT, numbers 3, 5 and 6, Mama Pajama, Ingest and Class of 8. Fourth leg of the BIPOT, just numbers 1 and 9, Jack's Bird and Fight Song. Then in the fifth leg, we bank at number 2, Spider's Corner. Last leg of the BIPOT, which is race 6, we include numbers 3, 4 and 7, Wildly in Love, Solar Flare and Deep Thought. And that BIPOT will cost you 162 rands. Welcome to 2021. Good punting at Hollywood Bets Gravel, Sunday, the 3rd of January.